Jordan, you just interviewed me about my experience and what it took to get here. And I want to flip the conversation now, quote unquote, and ask you some questions. First one is, you have conversations with a lot of people in the sports industry, and you work with a lot of athletes who come from all sorts of backgrounds.
Yeah.
And so talk to me about a conversation that you've had recently that made an impact on you, it really resonated, and that it like still sticks out to you today.
You know, I do a podcast with CJ McCollum called Pull Up. CJ's on the Portland Trailblazers. He's a real young star in the NBA, and we've talked a lot about perseverance and success. And his story is interesting, and it's meant a lot to me. And we've talked about it a lot as a motivational tactic for younger players, and not just young people. He comes from a small town in Ohio, was not recruited. He was like 5'5", 100 pounds as a freshman in high school. And by the time he got to be a senior, he had very few scholarship offers, and the only real look he had was Lehigh in the Patriot League. And when he went to Lehigh, nobody knew who he was. He was a 0-star recruit, or a 1-star recruit. And by the time he got to his junior year, he was an All-American, and they beat Duke in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
Then he breaks his foot, loses his whole senior year, and now he's worried if he's ever gonna get drafted.
Yeah.
He ends up being a lottery pick and has now achieved great success and making over $100 million to play basketball. But it's a story that is like, small town kid, wasn't very big, still isn't that big, wasn't really athletic, and just kept working. And all this guy did was school and basketball.
Hey, that's an interesting story.
Yeah.
So CJ, he was an untraditional case, right?
Very, yeah.
So what did CJ do differently, given that he was an untraditional case, that made him break through?
The guy, if I could use one word, it would be relentless. I think CJ is an example of somebody that you can have great success even if you're not necessarily, on track and thought of as this superstar phenomenon player.
So it seems like, I mean, whether you're in tech, sports, or whatever industry, relentlessness, if you're not in the right place, you could break through if you just have enough determination and the fortitude to push through.
Yeah, I mean, even look at like Tom Brady. He was a 6th-round pick, and people thought he wouldn't even play it down in the NFL. Yeah. So I think a lot of the success is built on where you are, and who are you surrounded around. And we've talked about you and having your SEAL Team 6. I think with some of these dynasty teams like the Patriots and the Spurs and the Yankees, a lot of the players change. I mean, you have your Derek Jeters and your Tom Brady's, but a lot of the players change, but the organization remains the same, and it's cultivating young talent to continue to have success.
So, fun question.
Yeah.
What was your last emoji used?
Well, I like eggplants because I have fun with that. I also liked the thumbs down a lot, and then the crying emojis, like the crying laughing. Yeah. Those are like my 3 go-tos.
Tell me the story about your last eggplant send.
Okay, so last night I had a basketball game.
Yeah.
And I played in a couple leagues, and I had fun with it. And after the game, I was talking to one of the guys on my team, and he was just awful. And I think he was 0 for 10.
Yeah.
Didn't make a shot. And I just sent him one text, just was an eggplant after the game. And he responded with like, it was a rough night. And I just wrote another eggplant. So that's it. That's all. I haven't really responded to anything else. What would be one of your guys' most used emojis?
The one is an alligator biting the pants off of a person and getting heart eyes when it sees their butt.
Oh, wow, that's quite
It's really
odd.
hard to explain. You got to see it. It can't be explained in words.
Can we create some more basketball ones?
Well, we will. Yeah. We will. That'll be good.
All right.
All right, cool. Well, thanks, Jordan.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Thanks,
Travis.
That's good. Thank you.